Good morning. Let's discuss about the paranasal air sinuses. The paranasal air sinuses are air containing bony spaces around the nasal cavity. As they present around the nasal cavity, so they are called paranasal air sinuses. The paranasal air sinuses are lined by mucous membrane of ciliated columnar epithelium. Then the paranasal air sinuses are developed as the mucosal diverticula from the nose and they invade the neighboring bone, the expenses of the diploid tissue. The sinuses are arranged in pairs, and the sinuses are the frontal sinuses, the ethmoidal sinuses, the maxillary sinuses, and in the both side the sphenoidal sinuses. The ethmoidal sinuses are divided into three groups: the anterior groups, the middle groups, and the posterior groups of ethmoidal air sinuses. Then the all sinuses are present at the rudimentary at the time of birth, except the frontal air sinuses, because the frontal air sinuses start its development 2 to 3 years after birth, and there are two peaks of the growth for the air sinuses at the 7 to 8 years when there is permanent dentition and the after the puberty. Then the function of the paranasal air sinuses. The air is present in the paranasal air sinuses. This air adds the humidity and temperature to the inspired air and serves as the air conditioning chamber. Then the paranasal air sinuses acts as the resonating chamber for production of some sound. Then the sinuses makes the facial bone lighter and gives the face as the adult contour. Then there are some secretion in the air sinuses, and the secretion drained into the meatus except the inferior meatus, and the secretion is drained by partly the movement of the ciliary epithelium of the sinuses or partly by the suction which is created for the negative pressure of the nasal cavity. So these are the function of the paranasal air sinuses. Then come to the individual air sinuses. These two are the frontal air sinuses. The frontal air sinus is situated in the two tables of the squamous part of the frontal bone, and it is present also the deep to the medial end of the superciliary arch of frontal bone. The frontal sinus is overall triangular in shape. In the frontal sinus there is upward extent as well as there is backward extent, and the backward extent of the frontal air sinuses is related to the medial part of the roof of the orbit. Then the communication. This is the frontal air sinuses. The frontal air sinuses forms communication with the middle meatus. This is the middle meatus through the ethmoid infundibulum or the hiatus semilunaris. This is the frontal air sinuses and this is the middle meatus, and the communication is through the ethmoid infundibulum or through the hiatus semilunaris. And the communication of the frontal air sinuses to the ethmoid infundibulum directly or by the frontonasal duct. Then the blood supply of the frontal air sinuses. The blood supply is through the supraorbital vessels. The nerve supply is through the supraorbital nerves, and the lymphatic drainage is up to the submandibular lymph node. Okay, then the ethmoidal ear sinuses. The ethmoidal ear sinuses are situated medial to the orbit and lateral to the nose. Then the ethmoidal ear sinuses are situated in the labyrinth of the ethmoid bone, and it is completed by the frontal bone, lacrimal bone, maxillary bone and the sphenoidal bone. The ethmoidal ear sinuses are variable in number, and the numbers varies from 3 to 18 in number. The ethmoidal ear sinuses are present in three groups: the anterior, the middle and the posterior. These two the ethmoidal ear sinuses. Then the anterior ethmoidal ear sinuses. The anterior ethmoidal ear sinuses are 3 to 7 in number, and they make the communication with the middle meatus. This green arrow is for the drainage of the anterior ethmoidal sinuses, and the drainage is up to the middle meatus through the ethmoidal infundibulum or the hiatus semilunaris. Then the middle ethmoidal ear sinuses. The middle ethmoidal ear sinuses are the number 1 to 3 in number, and they form the bulla ethmoidalis. And the middle sinuses drains into the middle meatus on and above the bulla ethmoidalis. Then the posterior ethmoidal ear sinuses. The posterior ethmoidal ear sinuses, they vary the number 1 to 11 in number, and they open into the superior meatus. Then the blood supply of the ethmoid